I'd like to call to order the Wyoming Valley West School District regular month November meeting, November 13th at 7:15 p.m. Roll call, please.
Mr. Wilson,
Here.
Mr. Zabaskus,
Here.
Mr. Hardwick,
Here.
Mr. Keating,
Here.
Mr. McGinley,
Present.
Mr. Perfetto,
Here.
Mr. Kubuski,
Here.
Mrs. Cassatt, Mr. Camus.
Here. A moment of silence followed by the salute to our flag. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Okay. You can see her. I just want I would like to announce that there was a executive session prior to this meeting to discuss a contract. Student representatives Isabel Carroza and Emily Boland.
Thank you. Sophomore Peyton Cardillo, designed a Veterans Day card, which was presented to veteran faculty, staff, and school board members. 100 cards were also taken to the VA hospital to be distributed. Senior Madison Orson spoke at the American Legion at the Veterans Day ceremony on November 11th. The Marching Spartans also participated in the annual Veterans Day parade. We would also like to take the time to recognize two of our school board members for their service, Mr. Perfetto and Mr. Dabascus.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I could get something wrong. No.
Thank you to all of our veterans.
The WVW Theater Department is having a special raffle to fundraise for the fall play and spring musical. They are raffling off 2 orchestra seat tickets to The Great Gatsby on Broadway, along with a Great Gatsby t-shirt and tumbler, around $650 in value. Price is $25 a raffle ticket. 150 raffle tickets are available. Venmo and cash accepted. The Great Gatsby is currently playing on Broadway at the Broadway Theater. The show features Tony nominees Jeremy Jordan and Ava Noblezada. The best part is that the book was written by Wyoming Valley West graduate Kate Kerrigan. Please reach out if interested in a ticket. The winner will be chosen at the final performance of Puffs on November 23rd.
The French and Spanish Honor Society hosted a cultural scavenger hunt throughout the building.
On Monday, November 18th, the high school will participate in a mandatory security drill.
On Wednesday, November 27th, the high school will follow an Act 80 day schedule.
Student Council and the Plymouth Rotary will be distributing Thanksgiving food baskets on November 27th.
The class of 2025 will embark on their class trip to Nashville, Tennessee on Sunday, December 1st.
The high school student council is hosting a blood drive in conjunction with the American Red Cross in the high school gymnasium on Tuesday, December 3rd.
The fall lettering ceremony will be held on Thursday, December 5th at 6 p.m. in the high school auditorium.
The SATs will be offered at the high school on Saturday, December 7th.
The holiday band concert will be held on Sunday, December 8th at 4:30 p.m. in the high school auditorium.
And the holiday orchestra concert will be held on Tuesday, December 10th.
Thank you. Superintendent's comments, Mr. Tosh, please.
Thank you, Mr. Camus. Quite a few announcements tonight. We had a great turnout at the high school last night for parent-teacher conferences. Tomorrow night at the middle school, or I should say tomorrow afternoon at the middle school from 12:30 to 3 and 6 to 8 at night. And then on Monday, we have our elementary parent-teacher conferences from 1 to 3:30 in the afternoon, as well as 6 to 8 at night. I'd like to thank all the parents and guardians who were able to come out last night, as well as in the next couple nights, to be part of their child's education. This is an extremely important part. I'd also like to say thank you and compliment all the buildings on the Veterans Day assemblies and programs last Friday, as well as the high school Spartan Marching Band for participating in the Wyoming Valley Veterans Day Parade on their day off. Year in and year out, Mr. Kolajczyk does a wonderful job with the marching band. And I should also announce that this is Mr. Kolajczyk's 31st year as the Spartan Marching Band leader. He's getting to the point where he's reaching legend status here at Wyoming Valley West. We're very fortunate to have him. Please join us at the high school auditorium for the fall dramatic production of Puffs. Puffs is a play that takes the audience through seven increasingly eventful years at a certain school of magic and magic. The show will be performed in the auditorium of the Munsing Wing for the Arts at the Wyoming Valley West High School on November 21, 22, and 23, 7 p.m. each evening. Admission is $10 per person, and tickets may be purchased at the door. One other note on the high school, I had talked to Mrs. Carey, our principal in the back, and our STEM lab is really starting to come together. We're very excited about it. The stock ticker was put up today, and within probably a 2 to 4 week period, we're looking at potentially the STEM lab to be open and up and running. So we're very excited about that. The middle school PBIS, the Positive Behavior Instructional Support Team, is hosting a book fair this week. Students attend the book fair during classes with an extra opportunity to attend with parents during parent-teacher conferences. That's Thursday, the 14th, tomorrow, both afternoon and evening sessions. Again, the middle school does a great job with the PBIS team, Positive Behavior. On October 26th, State Street had held their second annual Trunk or Treat at the school. Approximately 2,000 people were treated to a variety of trunks, a DJ, food trucks, and basket raffles. A big thank you to all the faculty, staff, and volunteers who participated in holding this event for our community. Thank you to all who participated in the Veterans Day program, and thank you to our two veterans, Mr. Dabaskis and Mr. Perfetto, who were in attendance. Third Ave Elementary School recently celebrated Star Spartans for October. Star Spartans celebrate monthly academic achievements, and a big thank you to our high school students who recently came down to Third Ave to help paint the playground. Dana Street is hosting their annual book fair from December the 9th through December the 13th. I'll have more information on that at the December 4th board meeting. Thank you to Mrs. Capano and the students at Dana Elementary for their musical celebration honoring our veterans on Veterans Day, with special recognition to our 5th grade student, Akezia Myers, for her beautiful rendition of the national anthem. She did a phenomenal job. The Dana Street Breakfast Club also has begun with the start of the second marking period and has included a special bilingual portion for our non-English speaking students. And the Breakfast Club over at Dana comprises 3rd and 4th grade students tutoring kindergarten, 1st and 2nd. It really is a cool thing to see the children working together. Chester Street, Ms. Chico and Mrs. Mazza conducted a Veterans Day program with guest speakers who were alumni of Wyoming Valley West and served in branches of the armed forces. They shared their experience in the service with the 4th grade students. Thank you, Mr. Camus.
Thank you, Mr. Todd, for that update. Statements from interested citizens. We don't have any. May I have a motion to approve the regular October 9th, 2024 board meeting and the special meeting for general purposes for October 18th, 2020?
Motion approved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Committee reports, Mr. Dabaskis, do you have anything?
Not so much a report, just that winter sports will actually be starting their official first day of practice this Friday. So Valley West for winter sports has boys and girls basketball, boys and girls swimming, boys and girls winter track. And for the first time in our history anyway, we have boys and first time girls wrestling at Valley West. So I'm excited to see how they do, and I'm sure Coach Vassell will do a great job with that. So that's it.
Thank you, Mr. DeBascus. Mr. Keating, do you have anything this month?
Yeah, just a few things, Mr. Camus. I'd like to thank our administration. Our business manager pointed out to us that our Ready to Learn block grant jumped from 890,000 to $5,515,000. It's a good job by all who participated in seeing this through. That grant's going to fully fund the CTC, our pre-K, and also provide for additional educational training. Also, PDE, the ESSERS monitors. We've met all of our requirements for 24 and 25. And according to the email received by the finance office, that's a good sign that we're probably not going to have to go through monitoring for 2026. And personnel committee's been busy interviewing some of the folks that are on this agenda this evening, and very well deserving of the positions. And just on a side note, I heard Mr. Tosh before refer to Andy as legend status, which I agree. And Brian leaned over and he said, are there any teachers still here from when you attended the Valley West? And I said, really, I don't think so. But there's one person that is still around that predates me. I think he's the Dick Clark of athletic trainers, and that's Coach Fred.
Coach Fred,
Coach Fred has been around for a long time, and I still see him, running up and down the sidelines for all different sports. And boy, what an asset he's been to the school district.
Absolutely. It's fun. Thank you, Mr. Keating. Mr. McGinley.
Really nothing as far as comment, just note please here that we have a whole bunch of policies that are second reading. So we passed them tonight. They now become part of our policies. And we will be moving towards finance and purchasing next as far as policies.
Again, thank you, Mr. McGinley, for taking this on. It's pretty daunting task. Mr. Hardwick, do you have anything this evening?
Special education, we did not meet formally. And it's been on more of an as-needed basis, and it has not been a needed meeting. So there's nothing to report there. I would comment on the ESSERS. As everybody knows, there was ESSERS 1, 2, and 3 components to the funding that was provided through the state. Just to say that the committee will be winding down. I'm pleased to report, and I think Mr. Kachurak will expand a bit, but we've used not only every dollar of the ARPA dollars that were provided to the district, but we've added in a little bit of our own to make sure that some of the projects got completed and done the way that we saw was needed. So I just want to thank all the people who have been participating on the committee, most specifically, again, leadership, admin, Mr. Kachurak, Mr. Tosh, and Kim Wall. Without the three of them, I think Anthony Dickton as well. I know there was a lot of people who did a lot of work in getting these things started and projects started. So, but I would say probably by the end of the year, we might be able to remove that bullet from our agenda, but I'll leave that to the choice of the chair.
It'd be awesome to get this done.
I agree. That's all I have, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Hardwick. Mr. Dickton, do you have anything you'd like to address the board with this evening? Thank you. On the buildings and ground, I'll be really quick. Just for general notation on our agenda, number 60, we're only going to have one meeting next month. It'll be December 4th, and that will be our reorganization meeting. we'll actually have a formal meeting. We will not have a work session next month. And then two other things, item 61, Infrahorse for the storm lining, 18-inch stormwater lining project on Third Ave, and we also added in from last week, RN DMEC for the repairs, the patching of the roof on Dana Street. Just so one of everybody knows. Lastly, Buildings and Ground will be having a meeting tomorrow, 2:30. So next month we'll have a little bit better of an update. We're meeting with SiteLog to go over our asset management and liabilities. Under general recommended action items, items 1 through 63. May I have a motion, please?
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
Mr. Damascus,
Yes.
Mr. Hardwick,
Yes.
Mr. Keating,
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Perfetto,
Yes.
Mr. Kubuski,
Yes.
Mr. Kamis.
Yes. Staff recommended action items, items 1 through 18. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
A motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
Mr. Damascus,
Yes.
Mr. Hardwick,
Yes.
Mr. Keating,
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Perfetto,
Yes.
Mr. Kubuski,
Yes.
Mr. Kamis.
Yes. Finance recommended action items. Wait. Mr. Kuchar, do you have anything you'd like to update?
I have nothing from finance to update. Again, just mentioning with the ESSER winding down, one person that was missed was Anthony Waskevich, who was instrumental in the STEM lab and the Chromebook and the IT
I
part.
shouldn't have got into names. Yes.
Thank you, Anthony. May I have a motion for bills for payment and the treasurer's report?
I'll make a motion.
Have a motion and a second, I believe. Motion by Mr. Keating. Who seconded that, please?
I'll second.
Mr. Wilson. On the roll call, please.
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
Mr. Damascus,
Yes.
Mr. Hardwick,
Yes.
Mr. Keating,
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Perfetto,
Yes.
Mr. Kubuski,
Yes.
Mr. Kamis.
Yes. Does anybody have anything other new business they'd like to discuss this evening?
Mr. Cabus, last week I brought up the possibilities of a land study. And I think Mr. Tosh did reach out to Wilkes-Barre area like we asked him to, so, you guys have a Buildings and Grounds Committee meeting tomorrow, possibly. I would like to see if you guys could reach out to Mr. Miracle and see if his offer is still on the table of doing a free land study for us up at our, Larksville property, if that's possible.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Mr. Camus, I don't know that it's essentially new business, but I did want to mention, through the Personnel Committee, just remind everybody, we do have a committee, an interview committee who is working to interview for the Operations Director. The committee, Mr. Damascus, Mr. McGinley, Mr. Kubuski, and myself. We have done some interviews, but we will be continuing. I reached out to one source who's been providing candidates. And Mr. Nick Micklinson will provide, is going to look for some additional candidates. I apologize. I meant to mention that earlier. Just wanted to do a quick update.
Thank you, Mr. Hardwick. Anyone else? I would
Motion
just
to
like,
adjourn.
pardon me?
Motion to adjourn.
I'd just like to announce, this Wyoming Valley West School District will be calling a special meeting for, next Thursday, November 21st at 12 o'clock p.m.
Now motion to adjourn?
I have a motion on the table. May I have a second?